Count us down.
Yeah, we're in.
We're live?
Yeah, we're live.
Easy.
That's it.
Easy. Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm one of your hosts, Matthew. We've joined for our very first episode of the Clarity Conference.
Yes, sir.
I'm here with my amazing co-stars, Big Joe and Little Joe. You guys introduce yourselves.
Alright, so I'm Little Joe. I'm legit 16 years old. I have like no validity or credit to talk about philosophy. I've barely lived my life, but I'm here anyway. It's just good fun.
We just love talking shit. That's pretty much
Damn
it.
right, exactly. I love it.
More nonsense, if anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm Big Joe. We've always known each other as Little Joe, Big Joe, and Matthew's just Matthew.
Yeah.
But
I'm just special as myself.
he's just a big teddy bear. But yeah, pretty much just like what he said. We got no idea what we're talking about, but we're talking about it anyway. Because we like to talk about shit and the confusing planet that we live in. So
Just make more sense of it.
Exactly. Hence the
pretty
name.
much, isn't it?
Hence the name. We add clarity.
Yeah. I can't.
But okay. Rightio. Well, we should tell you that this is a philosophical podcast and such, so we will be asking questions that not many people will be asking about, but we will ask it anyway. And for our very first topic, let's clarify altruism. I'm guessing you guys done your research, you know what it is.
Well, I mean, we have a definition here actually. So if I look it up, let's just get a definition up. So basically, the definition of altruism is a disinterested and selfless concern for the well-being of others. So what that basically means is just doing things just for other people. There's
just
no
Purely from the good of your heart. Like, you don't want self gain
Mother
anything.
Teresa type of stuff, basically.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So basically it's more or less I help someone, I'm not expecting a reward, I'm not expecting money, monetary, anything. I'm just doing it because I'm a nice person, which I think we all are.
I think so.
Yeah?
I mean,
I don't know about you, but I like to
You're a
think.
nice guy.
from my
Thank you.
from my point of it though, altruism isn't a very accurate concept. So thanks, Tron. But it's not a very accurate concept because realistically, like deep down, you're always doing a good deed for someone else, for just even like the good feeling that you get from doing that.
Yeah, like right.
So-
A good example, like for example, yeah, like if you drop your phone and I was to pick it up and give it to you, well, I'm doing it because obviously I want to help you and get your phone, but I feel like I want you to say thank you. Like if I was to give it to you and you were just like, I'll be like, oh.
Okay, I might be the black sheep here, but if I was in that case, I would have just picked up the phone and just gave it.
Yeah,
No, but like, you're not like seeking it. Like, is it? I'm not doing it because I want him to.
You want affection.
Yeah, like, I would want him
gratitude.
to appreciate that I did it. But no, that's not like the primary reason. It's just I would hope that he
want to
would.
be acknowledged for your good deed.
Yeah,
what
pretty
it is.
much.
That's basically the whole theory and concept of altruism.
Exactly, it's like
at
disconnected
least
from it.
For me, if I pick up a phone for someone, give it back, I'm not looking to be like, oh, thanks, mate, or whatever. I'm just doing it because, they dropped the phone.
Yeah, like help him out and yeah.
It's like if I dropped my phone, I would hope a stranger would give me my phone and everything, and I would just give them thanks.
It's like treat thy neighbor how you would want to be treated.
You're a religious man, I see.
Yeah.
very religious guy.
But the whole thing is that, is altruism actually more or less possible? Can you be kind for being kind? No ulterior motivation, no seeking appreciation, seeking gratitude. You're just doing it because you just want to help people genuinely out of the kindness of your heart. You
I
reckon?
feel like it's partly possible, but to say like completely disconnected, I don't know if that can be done. Because I feel like even like deep down, I'm not saying you can't do nice things just because you want to do it, but like, I feel like deep down, there's like a level where you did it because you want, I don't know, like
Just
some form of recognition or something
Yeah.
like that.
Because really, we all want to be recognised for some worth in our goddamn short, miserable lives. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay, this is how I see it. Yeah, there's no way, like, when you get, I mean, this, I might just be a fucking bad person, but, like, but when I give something back to someone, like, no matter what, I feel like everyone subconsciously expects, like, a small, like, not expects, but, like, feels like they should get, like something, even the smallest thing in return, like, I don't know, just a smile from them, or like, you know, thank you.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
No,
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
simple good day. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in my opinion, I don't think altruism exists, because I don't know, I just feel like it's just our human nature to like help others because we want to feel some sort of like good feeling, even if it's like right in the back of your mind, even if you're not really thinking about it. Like you say, you know, oh yeah, I'm just doing it just to pick it up and give it back to him and be a nice person.
So you're saying
like,
it's more like a subconscious thing.
Yeah.
Like in the back of your mind, you're like you're not thinking about it, but like subconsciously you're like, oh yeah, realistically,
I deserve recognition. I deserve gratitude.
but like you're not thinking about it like actively, you know. So, that's what I think about.
I definitely do see your point of view from that, but at least for me, altruism does have some roots in like different cultures around the world. Some religions. A prime example would be like Christianity, for example, because the whole point of Jesus dying on a cross, saving us from our sins, whatnot. So I was more or less raised and taught: be kind for being kind for the sake of others. Don't be kind to be
For
selfish.
personal gain.
Yeah. And growing up in that type of household, I really grew to that kind of conviction to heart. Treat others how you want to be treated and such, and just be your natural self.
No, it's just Tarun.
Just one of the viewers mucking around in the chat. Tarun, if you're watching this, we love you and we stand for you. But yeah.
But yeah, no, exactly, because yeah. Plus, yeah, I feel like childhood definitely plays a massive part in like, because like legit in like psychology and everything, childhood plays like a massive part in your whole development of values, morals, and everything.
100%. Like, are you simply born good or are you raised to be good? Like, there's that fine line where is the morals and ethics taught by us from our family or taught by society from a social, ethical point factor us as humans?
Exactly, it's like nature versus nurture.
I think it's nature and nurture.
Nature.
There's
Yeah.
not an argument.
Although,
I think it's a mixture of both.
While it's a mixture of both, I would say nurture is more
Probably, yeah. It's more prominent, yeah.
because
Yeah.
as like biology and like genetics can shape you one way, if you're raised a complete different, like you're in like involved in like domestic violence and stuff like that, that definitely like shapes how you grow up and stuff.
So let's say the most unethical person, the most hated person in history, okay, the big man who started World War II. Okay?
Yeah.
So you're saying if he was raised differently, everything, none of those things that have happened would have happened if he.
Yeah, see, that's tough. Like,
Yeah.
Like, was he born to do those atrocities, or was there another timeline, parallel universe, however you want to say it, where if he simply, for example, got accepted into art school,
yeah, he would just would have been an artist.
he would have been an artist instead of a dictator.
Yeah. You know, I feel like, yeah, if I wouldn't say if he was raised differently, he just would have completely like, different like man and stuff. But I feel like it plays a big role. Like maybe he wouldn't have actually just done that. It would have just been an artist, or it would have been Picasso.
Yeah,
Something like that, like
Yeah,
yeah.
because he was actually like a good artist.
He
Did you
was
see
good
some of his like?
Like, we have
Let me
to-
see if I can find some of his like photos. Like, give me a sec. His
But speaking of like evil acts and like childhood nurturing and such, can an evil person such as himself be redeemed, or like even to a
Yes.
minor scale? Like for example, if I'm just like a really much of an arsehole, I treat you like shit, I call you names, I insult you, I punch you, I make fun of your height, I hate that goddamn goatee. I'm sorry.
Theoretically, like
Theoretically.
Theoretically, bro.
I hate that goatee. I hate it theoretically.
Yeah.
Do I want to rip it off? Maybe. But
Theoretically, right?
Theoretically, yes.
Cool.
But do you reckon people can be redeemed? Or is it more so that people can be redeemed, but it's the person that has to forgive them for all of them to be redeemed? Such as, if you hurt me,
There we go.
can you be redeemed from others people's point of view? Or because I choose to forgive you and that's what makes you redeemed?
I'm a little bit behind in the conversation.
Oh,
but,
yes.
this is some of Adolf Hitler's artwork.
Yeah, it's truly good paintings. Again,
maybe he had like a different path of life.
Maybe that's why abstract art is very popular. They're just accepting everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So you're saying, does redemption stem from like society, or that is in like
Or the
individual
person
person
accepting their apology? Like, what do you
See,
think?
I feel like it should be from the individual, but now in today's state, it's all about society. Like this kind of relates to cancel culture. It's pretty much how society views you, and if you can be redeemed for what you've done. But I feel like it should be up to the individual. And society doesn't really matter.
Yeah. It could be basically a person thinks that person done something wrong and they feel, oh, this person might be offended. I should stick up for them. And it's not that it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's, in a way, kind of almost an altruistic nature. You're trying to stand up for another person. You're trying to be kind for another person. But some people may take it the other way. Some people will support it. Some people will just be completely neutral. That's just the thing. Do I believe people are good or grey? Good or bad? No. I think everyone's grey. Everyone's simply grey. You do good acts that makes you seem like a good person. You do bad acts that make you seem like a bad person. But are you inherently bad? Are you inherently good? You're not. You just do acts that are bad and you do acts that are good.
Exactly.
You're just a grey person.
To stem off that, actually, so I believe that like everybody believes that they're doing, from their perception, they're doing the right thing.
Hero story.
Right. So they're only like doing what they believe is like right. There's like this whole thing about like people's judgment of right and wrong. But I believe like sincerely that like everybody is just doing what they think is good. So like, you know, people who are like, I don't know, bullies, right? For example.
Sorry, I just read the chat, sorry.
Yeah.
But, oh fuck, I lost my train of thought now. Yeah, so for example, like bullies, right? You got these people who are mean to other people, but I believe that obviously like the reason behind that is like because they want to feel that they feel that that's the only way that they can feel some sense of and also to get that good feeling that we're talking about with altruism and all that.
Because in a way everyone wants to be the hero of their own story.
It's human nature.
No one wants to see themselves as the villain as their own life. They want to be, I'm big strong, I'm the big bad jock, whatever. No. I'm simply the jock that knows how to play football. I get the girls, I get the popularity, I get all my mates, everything. I throw house parties. I'm like the best guy ever. No one's going to be thinking to themselves, oh, I'm an asshole, I bully people, I do this. I want to keep doing it.
Exactly.
People, like, as you were saying, Big Joe, people do things because they think they are the heroes. They want to be recognized. And what they're doing from their point of view, subconsciously, are the right things.
Exactly. They think that that's the right thing to do. And because it's for their betterment, right? But what they'll grow up and mature to do eventually.
So
Joe got an android. He is inherently bad.
Straight faces, men. Straight faces.
Oh fuck! I keep losing my train of thought.
That's my bad.
Dickhead in the comments. But yeah, like eventually they're gonna mature and they're gonna grow up and they're gonna realize that like there's more than just to making themselves feel better. And like what they're doing is obviously like a wrong thing to do. You know what I mean?
So you're saying with maturity and with experience comes wisdom.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
You put it pretty much. Yeah, you summed it up. Pretty
Because
good.
legit, that's why like when it comes to wisdom, you wouldn't want to like receive it from like a young, like you'd much rather prefer an older person.
Who's experienced life.
Exactly, because they have it like experience. Because like you can like read about it, learn and stuff, but experience is like the main thing
Yeah.
that you would want to receive.
I heard this saying where basically if a hero in like a book, a movie or something goes from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie, they're not learning, for example, they're not learning the values, the morals, the hardships, the sins, the tragedies that they're going to face along the journeys. So from point A to point B, they're just going to be the same person, the same narcissistic, same arsehole, same whatnot. But because the person travelled from A to B or A to C, for example, they experience hardships, they experience love, they experience pain, they experience joy, they experience familial bonds, they experience everything in life. And it's because of those experiences from A to C is what forges that person to have, for example, in a novelistic sense, a character arc.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because greatness comes from suffering.
Greatness does come from
Like
suffering.
legit, yeah.
And it's really when you are suffering or when you're at the lowest of low, is that when you actually begin to realize and understand, maybe this isn't who I am, or maybe I should do this. And
Exactly.
you start to realize and reevaluate your whole entire life. Maybe I can do better. Maybe
Yeah.
I can do something else.
Because change comes from not being happy or like, yeah, just upset in your like current state.
Change
That's
comes-
why you want to change.
Change comes from the unexpected experience.
Exactly.
100%.
Very true. What are you looking at?
I just read Tarun's chat.
Oh no, what is
Let me have a look at this. W.
Okay.
Oh.
We do not. We do not
Oh.
that you were.
But along with
No
before, like, not only just with values and like someone being good or bad, I feel like nothing at all is inherently good or bad. Just thinking about it makes it that way.
Yeah, it's like
Like,
it's like the judgment of like bad things is based off what like society thinks.
Exactly
like,
that, right? Let's
okay,
let's
there are
yeah.
there are bad things. that have
Before you
been
write
done.
something, Tarun, okay? Like, let's say a chocolate bar. Like, legit. Inherently, it's not good or bad. Like, it's just not. It's just a chocolate bar.
Yeah.
It's just, like, thinking about it. Oh, did I enjoy this? That makes it either good or bad.
Yeah,
I don't know why I
yeah.
used the chocolate bar, but I
Yeah,
just felt
exactly.
like, yeah,
So it's kind of like you give someone a loaded gun. The gun isn't inherently good or evil. It's the
person behind it. Exactly. Yeah.
That's like the whole. That's like the whole thing with like the gun laws in like America and stuff. Like they're trying to like they're deciding whether it's like the guns are bad or is it
Or
like
is
the,
it
people
the people-
that
yeah,
are
yeah.
bad.
My
So-
opinion, I think it's both.
Exactly. It's a
some-
mix.
It is.
it's a
Because, like,
mix.
Because, yeah, if
Yeah.
you kind of, like, lower the, like, how easy it is to get guns, then obviously...
It's going to
You're just
limit.
gonna
It's going to limit the control of people access to those types of weapons, thus lowering the casualties and statistics.
Exactly.
Just because you give more access and more people to defend themselves, the same also goes for vice versa. Because in some states, you can simply just buy it over the counter.
Yeah, you don't need a background check at all or
No
anything.
background checks, no nothing. It's only in like some countries, and then another few countries also require full background check, full week, full everything.
Yeah.
Some countries, you go to your local Costco. Oh, what's that? M40? I love
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
Yeah. Oh, buy one get one free ammo cartridge. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But the whole thing between good and evil is that what, at least from understanding and what I'm thinking, is that it's not simply a force or anything. It's just how we perceive it and how we are inherently raised by social and nature. That's so funny.
I'm just reading Tarun's chat. Yeah, because school shootings suck, but shooting grannies is a W. Joe, get off your phone. I need more clarity from this conference. Bro, this guy needs to be on this episode. He's gonna be on the second episode.
Okay. Second episode, Turin comes in. You hear that? Make sure you get a good suit, good smile, everything. Brush his pearly white teeth.
You must
You're
wear a
gonna be
suit
sitting
jacket.
right
Yeah,
here.
it's
Suit jackets. Trademarks.
We need more clarity.
We need more clarity from this conference. That's 100%.
Oh, what's our next point here? Have you guys have covered already people being redeemed despite doing evil acts?
What was your thoughts on it? Because actually,
I don't know. I mean, like I said, it goes back to like where it's like, are they doing what they're thinking is right? But I
Joe
I can't look at the stream. I can't look at the stream. No, just
Good thing I got an Apple.
No, get the shit out of here.
Sponsorship.
He's expressed to me many times that he'd rather an Android over his iPhone.
Never
8.
said that. No, I'm joking. No,
I'll strangle you to death live on stream right now.
that's against Twitch TOS.
If we do that, we're going to put the NSFW.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's against TOS, boys.
Yeah. In case you haven't been paying attention, we are swearing. We're not saying too much naughty words, but we're going to limit it.
I'm 16. Alright, we're gonna keep it chill.
Yes. Keep it chill.
Yeah, no swears for the underage man.
Exactly.
You say nothing, me and Joe can.
Yeah. I'm just.
No, I'll just block his ears like this. I'll just
Yeah.
go like that.
Yeah. I can't listen to that.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes we really gotta watch out for the younger generation because we don't want to say the F word. Like, you know?
Exactly.
Like sometimes you just don't want to be the C word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you didn't hear that.
Yeah, no. I thought I heard something, but I didn't.
So like another thing stemming off of this is like, maybe, please. Tarun, I'm actually gonna ban you, bro.
Oh,
I'm
what
actually
do you
gonna ban you.
Oh, you're 16.
See you in 2
years.
Alright. So stemming off of I can't. I just can't continue.
Alright, we're good.
Okay, so another point that we wanted to bring up was we had a discussion about this a few days ago as well. It's Rody lad. No, so
Thank you for following, mate.
so it's jealousy and envy, right? Like remember we
Oh,
had this conversation
yeah.
about jealousy versus envy.
This is a good one.
Okay.
Whether
I'm gonna get into this.
And is one more virtuous than the other? So the other day we had a massive discussion, us three, about jealousy and envy, and where do they cross over? Like where do the lines meet, and where do they end? So jealousy, we had the definitions actually. Let me get the definitions.
Yeah,
back
yeah.
up. All right. So
Wait, you two actually have a little bit of a friendly rivalry?
Yeah, friendly, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a competition almost.
Yeah, can you
Joe,
describe that exactly?
Okay, wait. Here's the jealousy definition: a feeling of unhappiness and anger caused by a belief that a loved one might be unfaithful. a feeling of unhappiness caused by wanting what someone else has. That's more like it.
Yeah.
And then the envy definition is a feeling of discontented or resentful longing aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or luck. So, like, what's the difference there?
And like
the difference is that one is a negative connotation and one is more a positive connotation.
exactly, because jealousy has always had a negative connotation, and it's just been that way. Like people would much rather be envious than jealous. But as you were saying, like where do the lines meet? And is it fine to be jealous? Like, is that really a bad thing if you're jealous?
It's only, in my opinion, it's just human nature. Like
Exactly.
but like it's about like getting over that feeling and not letting it take a hold of your life. You know, like maybe even using it as like motivation. There's a concept in psychology called upwards comparison. So basically, that's like comparing yourself to someone above you. But it can be both bad or good. You can look at it as like motivation to get to that point, or you can look at it as a bad thing and say, "Oh no, why aren't I at that point yet?" And then put yourself down. And then there's the other one, which is a downwards comparison. It's Chris.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So there's a downwards comparison, meaning like you compare yourself to someone that's like of a lower social class than you, or something like that. Anyone that's like sort of lower than you, or you believe to be lower than you. And that can also be a good thing for yourself and a bad thing, because you could compare them to yourself and put them down in order to make yourself feel better.
Better, yeah.
Or you can look at them and say, oh, you know, like, help them to get to where you're at, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, and like, this is the difference. I've just looked it up. Jealousy versus envy. So envy means discontented longing for someone else's advantages, and jealousy means unpleasant suspicion or apprehension of rivalship. So envy is more like
aspiring to be that.
I want to be like you.
Yeah, and then jealousy is more like you
don't deserve that.
You spite them because they're better than you.
Yeah,
and like it's associated with a negative feeling rather than envy is more like a positive. Thing. Like you're envious of where they are. Like you want to be where they're at.
I wish I could be like you.
Where they're at.
It's like we're literally all envy because we all want to be Ryan Reynolds. We're all envious.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
100%. Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah.
We all envious.
He's like the peak like male.
Yeah, peak male. Everyone wants to be like him. Be with him, not me. But yeah, as I said before, jealousy is a negative connotation and envy is a positive connotation.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I want to be like you. That's envious. And Big Joe, I wish I had what you had, and I am so jealous. And that's more of a negative connotation. And
it's more like, oh, why are you up there? Like, why?
Yeah, like why isn't that me? Pretty much.
Why do you have that money? Why can't I have that money? We do the same thing. Why? And I'm
like, what makes you better than me, sort of thing. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But
so I guess. Oh yeah, like.
No,
thank you. Like comes like to status, pretty much. I'd say. Like with jealousy, you.
Like a social hierarchy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're both different. One's negative, one's positive. But thinking about it, they're both not like better than each other. They're both still pretty negative, but one is the better version of the other.
It's like picking between like two evils. Like it's
pick the lesser evil. That's what basically it.
Yeah. Oh.
And that's really the tough thing when it's coming to these. Bless you.
Oh.
And that's really the tough thing, that when it comes to these types of discussions and these topics, and it's really what's right, what's wrong. Do I have a right to say about this? Should I add my thoughts to this? That's what we're doing in this podcast, and we're going to do it anyway, but that's the whole point. We're discussing this, we're elaborating it, we're throwing thoughts, ideas.
Exactly.
And we're seeing what sticks and such.
There's no right or wrong.
Yeah, legit.
It's all just about perception. Like,
it's a subjective view upon everything.
Yeah, unless something's been proven by like scientific fact, then our opinions are just opinions, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Though the whole jealousy and envious thing, I'm just going to backpedal a little bit.
Yeah.
Speaking about the altruism and various things, being kind for others, to get back to the original topic, is being too kind a toxic trait? Like, can I be too kind where I throw myself in danger for other people's, like, harm, needs and such, where it could be detrimental to me?
Like taking advantage of you, like taking advantage of you because you're so kind.
Exactly. Like
I know of someone that was, I just know of someone that is friends with someone that I know, and they got taken advantage of a lot by, specifically by women actually, because he was just such a kind bloke, and they used to walk all over him, because he was just like so. Like, he'd do everything out of, like, the kindness of his heart. And people would take advantage of that and use him for certain things.
That makes it interesting. That goes back to altruism.
Yeah. I'm just going to say, it goes back to altruism because...
like buying drinks, buying food.
Whatever. Yeah.
Or like,
but it's not like he was just like that with women. It was like with his mate. With his mates as well. Like, he'd buy everyone... you know, like shots and, you know, like you just buy everyone things. And you got to think though, like realistically, what actually like makes that person do that unless they wanted something very small.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
goes
yeah.
back to altruism.
Is to be recognized.
Like why? Okay, let me ask this: why would anyone be selfless? Completely selfless. Why?
It's either one of two things. One, they're seeking some form of recognition, or
So that's not selfless. That's not being selfless.
yes,
Yeah.
or it's because they were raised with such a morality and ethical, nurturing home that they think that is the correct way to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
why
like
would they
religion,
want to
yeah,
act?
like a lot
Why
of-
would they want to act in the correct way?
Because
Why?
that's how they were taught and raised. For example,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
a lot of
that's-
religions
Yeah,
stem
So they're
from-
satisfying
you
their
can't- yeah.
own morals, correct? They're satisfying their own morals and their own values, meaning that they're doing something for themselves. Realistically, it goes back to that. Like, they're doing something for themselves. They're satisfying their own... Like, oh, this is what I think I'm doing. What I'm doing is right. That's what I think.
Sorry, everyone just...
Yeah, like, they think what they're doing is right, but that's also, like, satisfying their morals and their idea of their morals and values. And so what they think they're doing is the right thing, and that makes them feel good about themselves as a person, meaning that they're doing it realistically for themselves.
I see,
Not mainly, but
I see-
as
I
a
see your point of-
subconscious,
I see your point of view. I definitely.
they're
do see it.
satisfying their own, like,
Yeah.
you do a nice thing, like, even if it's not inherently just for feeling good, but realistically, like, behind all of that, you're satisfying some aspect of yourself or your thought of what is right and wrong and your morals and values. You know what I mean? You're doing what's right because...
I can definitely do see where you're coming from, but at the same time, I'm that nice person. Like, I definitely do go out of my way to help people, message people, be kind. And when I do that, it's not because I'm like, oh, I hope like they recognize me, or I hope they think I'm a good person.
Yeah.
Or I hope they're gonna like pay me back sometime in the future.
But you don't feel... No, but you don't think about that actively. I'm saying it's a subconscious thing. It's like there's like this little... Like if somebody didn't say thank you after you said that, or they didn't recognize that you did that for them, you will feel a sense of like...
Discontent. Like,
Yeah,
longing.
just like, oh, why didn't they say, you know? Like,
It's like-
realistically,
I
if
don't-
like you did something nice for someone and then they were a cunt to you, right?
Swear word.
Oh my god. They were a dickhead to you, right? And that's a bit better.
Yeah.
No, you would feel like, oh, why did I help this person in the first place?
See, I wouldn't be thinking like that, because even if, like, for example, like, you're talking, like, let's take it to the extreme scenario. Like, you're out Rundle Mall, you're walking, you see someone about to jump off a building. You somehow, some reason, you go up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about the most extreme.
It's like a very specific situation, but
Yeah, it's specific, but
and they just hate you.
Yes, they hate me. But it's specific for the fact that if you go up and you want to like talk that person down from that ledge, are you doing it because you want them to thank you after you talk them down, or
Oh,
No.
that's interesting.
No, you don't. You want to help them.
yeah?
You want to
Oh,
help
no,
them,
but-
but what I'm saying is behind all of that,
So-
you got that
No,
feeling
but
that...
here's actually the interesting thing, because right, this whole time usually like I like agree with you subconsciously, but I feel like, okay, I know this is very specific, but I feel like in that specific example, even subconsciously, you would not care like if they said thank you or whatever, because their
No,
life
it's
is at
not.
stake.
Yeah.
So I feel like actually in that very specific circumstance, that is
So
like
really,
altruistic.
realistically, you could be altruistic. is
Yeah,
what
actually, you
you're
know what? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, okay.
Because like you wouldn't want to actually receive like anything from
No,
them.
no,
Like,
not receiving anything from
no,
them.
but it's in like
But-
sorry, like validation or anything. It's like I feel like you
Yeah.
wouldn't actually want. Well, like me at least in that circumstance, I wouldn't care for that.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's the same for me, but just like, I don't know, just like when you when you save someone or something, you will feel good about yourself. No matter what.
Yeah.
You will feel like it doesn't matter whether you want to or not. You will feel good about yourself because you helped that person that day.
So
there's nothing wrong with that.
So
there's nothing wrong with feeling good about yourself.
The reward of being recognized and appreciated is valued more highly than saving an individual.
No. So I'm not talking about recognition or anything like that. You're not being recognized for anything. Even if nobody said anything, you'd still feel like a good person because you helped that person. But obviously the main reason to help them is so that they can live in their safety, right?
And
to save them.
And wanting that thought is selfish. Yes. Tarun is one interesting commenter in our chat.
But you see what I mean though? Like, really, okay, you will feel good. You will feel good.
Yeah, it's human nature.
After
Like,
saving
you
someone.
But am I simply saying
But that's not the reason why you did it.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going up there
and be like,
to
I can't wait
so
to
that they can feel
my news.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
like that. It's not like that. But yeah.
It's the whole point of where are you saving that person from? I do that. Oh my god, Tarun! I swear to God. Are you saving that person because you were raised as such, or because you're deep down you want to save that person to feel something, to feel better about yourself? And that's the whole thing where it goes. At least for me, in my upbringing, in my household, like my morals, my teaching, my religion, such. It's basically be there for other people, even if it's at the cost of yourself. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes. Okay?
Exactly. Yeah.
Am I going to help a little kid about to get run over? Because, again, extreme
No.
No. Am I going to help a little kid about to get run over because I...
I like your thinking.
I like that one.
Okay.
You're still gonna wear the jackets though.
Next stream, can we do a hot tub stream? Honestly?
No.
Anyway,
No.
am I going to rescue that little kid because I want, like, the kid to think I'm some sort of hero?
Yeah.
Or because I want to save that kid and I value human life as a person or as an individual, as, like, one of my core beliefs, one of my core values, and one of my core, like, principles. Like, am I selfish for thinking that?
No, nobody's saying you're selfish about it, but
that's the whole point of altruism, that you're doing something for another person without a reward.
alright, well, at its core it is selfish then, if you're really going, like, nobody can't be selfish, that's what I believe, because it's like, at the end of the day, you do receive a good feeling after saving some or doing something for someone, and whether you're not doing it for that, but realistically, you do get a feeling of like, oh shit, I'm
like accomplishment, like
yeah.
I'm a hero.
No, maybe not that extreme, but like just more like, I feel good because I saved a guy today, or like I helped a person out with his homework,
if you save someone's life, you're basically a hero. You're a hero to that individual person.
Yeah, but now that I think about it, actually, like, because it's not at your forefront, like,
it's
you're
like what
doing
you
it,
value. If you value just saving that person's life because you value life and you don't care about that, I feel like that is a form of altruism. Because, before I said altruism maybe doesn't exist, but now I'm just rethinking that. Like, obviously, like we've said, there's still, like, subconsciously you'll feel good, but if you don't...
Very good. Yeah, keep going, sorry.
Yeah,
Go
like,
on.
if you don't value that recognition and stuff and you just value their life, that is a form of altruism. So I'm actually rethinking what I said before.
So, Tarun's brought up something really good, right? He said, I believe true altruism is not compatible with the human condition. All humans, regardless of the act, receive some sort of compensation for their actions, whether it ranges from a tangible or monetary reward or simply a boost of serotonin. But at the same time, you're not doing it like... I've just been thinking about it just now, right? You're not doing it like for that feeling.
Yeah, exactly. That's just byproduct of doing it.
Just because you receive that feeling doesn't mean that you're doing it like selfish, like just selfishly. You're not doing it because of that to get that good feeling, but that's just a byproduct. Like it's not a bad thing to feel good about doing something for someone, but at the end of the day, you're happy because you helped that person.
Yeah.
Because they can live a better life. So Torrance said, that being said, a form of altruism in which an individual does not appear to receive any compensation for his action can be observed.
The comments coming after that. Okay, Tarun, excellent start, very good point, and it went from up, and then your comments went very down. I'm sorry.
But like I feel like true altruism doesn't exist, but now a form of it does. It just depends on what you value and your reasoning and like your motives, why you're doing it.
Yeah.
So, okay, again, a lot of cultures, a lot of religions have some form or some aspect of altruism. One of these examples could be Christianity, okay? Forgive thou neighbor, love thou neighbor, so on and so on, and the other tenets, for example.
Yeah.
So would you say a prime example of altruism would probably be Jesus of Nazareth? For example, doing others, helping others, creating like thousands of fish from a single basket.
And then also like literally dying for the sake of everyone, like cleansing them of their sins.
So are you going to say, for example, that Jesus of Nazareth is doing an act, or, for example, representing the act of altruism, or simply because of all those things, that's making him somewhat subconsciously, and I'll probably say minorly, selfish?
That's an interesting one.
Well, I believe that like this whole thing with like Jesus and like, you know, God creating this man that was like perfect. Well, not perfect, but
oh no.
Who was Christianity?
Yes. So, just blank on it. So Jesus was like, he's in the Bible, he's perceived as like this guy who just did everything for others, right? But that's perceived from the perspective of
The 12 disciples.
Oh yeah, exactly, right? And obviously they believe that someone can be as altruistic as Jesus, right? Because he's God's idea. This is like God's gift to the earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's not. So he's, in a sense, it's almost like fictional to say. Wait, is fictional the one that's facts or not facts?
Yeah, no, not facts.
Right.
Not
So
facts.
fictional. Torrent's gonna flame me for that, but to fictional, fictional. It's very fictional to say like.
Yeah, I am.
Justin to say that.
To say that, Jesus came here and he did like everything, and to say that like people can be like this person, Jesus, because I believe that a lot of stuff in the Bible is like metaphor. So it's not like about an actual guy who like made 1 million fish for people or whatever, all that kind of stuff, and fed a bunch of people and healed people miraculously, you know. It's more just like about teaching people to be
Kind.
to be like a person like Jesus.
But
But it's not actually detailing the story of somebody who actually lived in that time and miraculously healed people and fed like heaps of people just out of thin air.
Yeah, it's like,
you know,
the like epitome of like how you should live.
yeah,
Like, metaphorically,
and,
obviously.
and really, and at the end of the day, the idea of Christianity, like the whole thing behind it was like, is people want to get into heaven, so they're trying to make themselves appear as good
Yeah, and that
as possible,
and that links
so then
in.
they can get into into heaven. So realistically, they're doing it selfishly.
And that links into like Buddhism, like karma. Like, do
Oh, yeah, let's look it
people?
up.
Oh, no, I was just like just double checking that.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
like,
get it up on here.
like, do people do like good acts for good karma? Like, is someone only doing something good because they would want to be treated that way back? Well, actually, no, that's not karma. Like, they would want good karma to come to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like,
So it's kind of like, I guess the closest thing to karma from a Christianity point would be the original sin, for example, like Adam and Eve taking the first
oh
bite,
yeah,
tainting the garden, whatnot.
Yeah.
And that pretty much every single human had the original sin. Then Jesus died on the cross to save us from our sins. So we repent, we pray, we go forth, we do good deeds, we try to be good, we try to be virtuous, we try to be like Jesus, for example, be kind, be virtuous, such and such, get into the big pearly gates of heaven.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. And to me, I do know what karma is, mainly from video game mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But could you just explain karma one more time for me and probably the viewers who don't
So-
fully understand?
So we've got the definition up. So, the definition of karma is the force generated by a person's actions, held in Hinduism and Buddhism, to perpetrate transmigration and its ethical consequences to determine the nature of the person's next existence. So each individual is born with karma, and obviously the residual from past lives that must be resolved is present. So
Yeah.
so like when you put out like what'll come, like when you put out something into the world, it'll come back around and
Yeah,
bite
it's
you
like-
and bite you in the ass. You know
From
what I
like
mean?
like from my understanding, it's like like you reap what you sow. If you continuously do good deeds, you get good karma and you build up your karma, and then in their religion, when you die, based on your karma, you get reincarnated into different forms. So like the higher the karma, the like I guess like, the better like form of being you get reincarnated
So you're
into.
telling me if I like give my clothes away, give everything, I'll be reincarnated as a dragon?
Like,
Hey, if you believe it, man.
Cool. That would be very
If you believe it, but it's more like something positive, or you'll end up in a positive place.
Yeah, because
after.
I feel like karma has also, like, not only is it just related to Buddhism, I feel like now, just even like Western and stuff, people just believe in karma, but like disconnected from Buddhism. Like, people just be like, oh, I did this, hopefully I get good karma. Like, even if it's in like a joking way, for like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people
I do understand.
trying,
Also, any viewers listening and such in our live stream, please message and text us in the chat if you do know a better understanding
Yeah.
of karma. So then we, as the content creators, can make sure we do a more appropriate live stream for all of you. So yes, but the whole, at least from as you were saying, like it kind of like a watered down version of karma. The way that I found out what karma is was like through video game mechanics. It was like when you're a good person in a video game, you get good karma, or when you do a bad thing in a video game, I got bad karma.
Yeah.
And basically, judging by my karma levels in a video game, again, watered down concept of what the original thing is, I would get different endings and different stories, different character developments and such. And that's the one thing I kind of find interesting, is that we as a Western society, or especially in Australia, because we're very multicultural and we have different like ethnicities, different religions, different cultures, different groups of people all mixing in one city, one community, is that we take nitpicks of all these different cultures, all these different religions, all these different ideals, and we just basically form it into, I guess, multicultural Australian culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I find really interesting, how we can have so many little things from all these different places, like from Asia, from Europe, from America, from like even like some parts of like South Africa and such. And here we are, tiny little present called Australia.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, that actually is interesting how you get aspects from each and then make it its own.
I mean, that's actually interesting enough. That's what the Romans did back in the olden times. Because when they used to conquer territories, countries, and such, they would basically adapt cultural aspects, or if not religions. For example, the Roman pantheons were very, very, if not identical to the Greek pantheons, such as Zeus, Hera, Ares, Athena, Hades. I can go on and on. The Roman pantheon had Jupiter, Mars, and such, and they were basically Pluto was another example, which was the aspect of Hades, but the Romanized version, and they basically just made Hera just an awful person.
Yeah.
But basically, what they used to do, they go to different countries, different territories. They would take them over, and in order for that group of people to better be accustomed to the Roman rule,
Fuck's sake.
in order,
David, best God. Try not to laugh.
oh my god! In order for the Romans to get better control of that group of people that they just conquered, they would incorporate that group of people's deities or religion into their own.
That's interesting.
And that's the very thing where I think, very similarly, culture works. It just happens much more gradually over time. For example, well, we're Italian here. Every now and then we get freshly ripe tomatoes, we put it in a barrel, we boil it, we peel the skin off, and we make our own tomato sauces, not from the store, not preservatives, no nothing. Just
pure natural
Italian sauce.
Yeah.
Okay? And that could be a cultural thing that developed 100 years ago, and it just got passed tradition to tradition.
Yeah.
And that... You okay there, buddy? So you circumcised the tomato. Oh my god!
No, you're confusing us with Jewish people.
Okay, let's not go down that route. Let's not go down that route. Okay. All I'm gonna say is that I'm very looking forward to our next episode, where we have Yep. Okay. We're looking very forward to our next episode.
We just got a banter on from chat. I think.
We got.
That's alright. Next episode he'll be on the thing,
Next
so he can say
episode-
whatever he's got to say on stream.
Unfortunately, he will be on this episode. Unfortunately. So viewers and listeners, we apologize for this. But yes.
Yeah.
But either way, speaking to the whole other culture, other religion, the form of reincarnation, such. Do you think there is actual free will? Like we do free will of our own choices, our own thoughts, our own wishes? Or do you think everything we do has a predestination?
I mean, how are you supposed to answer that? Like,
I
just
feel like
unless you believe in something that talks about, like a religion that talks about, reincarnation, like what
Predestination and such.
yeah, that sort of stuff. So we don't really know, do we? Don't really.
Like for example, if I get this phone, I dropped it. Yeah, am I doing? I hope that's. Swear to God, I hope that's not broken.
Jesus Christ.
Is your phone destined to be broken or not in this moment?
Did I drop my phone because I am predestined? Thank you, Joe. That's right.
Well, are you doing that out of an altruistic act?
Yes.
Oh, there a form of altruism. But yeah, did I drop my phone because I chose to drop my phone, or because I just happened to drop it?
Yeah. See, I feel like free will exists, but there are factors that try and hinder it, which is also another theory of people saying the Matrix. There's theories that we live in a
The robot people?
Robot people.
I've never seen the Matrix. I just know.
Wait,
that.
you know? Oh,
No, you haven't seen the Matrix.
I've
no.
never seen that. I never.
Do you know the concept of the Matrix?
I know the concept
Okay,
that
yeah.
there's a bunch of.
Who isn't that tricky?
I know the concept of the Matrix is that it's just a bunch of adult people in pods and they look like babies and they're in a dream. That's Inception. Never mind. But they're in a dream.
Yeah, pretty much.
Somewhat. It's like the higher power, sort of, or.
Should we maybe search it?
Huge. Yeah. So, I guess
Yeah, so pretty much, from what I know, because I watched it when I was young.
Is it? I think it's aliens.
I don't know.
It's not. It's more like
Sorry, one of our commenters have explained the Matrix is a dystopian future where robots have taken over.
It's definitely.
Yeah, they've been put in pods.
Oh yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, it's like like pretty much.
It's like big companies of like.
Like
control.
you're living within a controlled thing where everything. Lads, you're living in a controlled thing where we don't know if it's robots or aliens. Well, Tarun said it's robots, so I guess robots. Like they've pretty much developed this whole thing, and you're in pods, and you're simulating a life where you're just controlled. You work like a 9-to-5 office job. You're a slave to the system. And so like people in real life are saying, do we live in a matrix? Like, is that actually happening? Are we all right now like a baby in like a pod simulating this life?
We should watch the Matrix trailer right now.
Yeah.
We should watch it right now.
Hell yeah.
Because have you seen the trailer for it?
I've seen clips here and there, but I don't
So you
think
actually haven't seen the
Oh,
trailer.
there you go. Dude, sending the whole thing through.
Alright, so here's the trailer. Matthew, have a look on. No, not on. If we just look on here, because it'll be delayed on there.
Thomas.
No, that's a new one.
God damn it, new one. God damn it, guys. False alarm.
False alarm.
Oh, wait, I think it was there.
Oh, which one?
1999. There you go.
Yes, there we go. Is that coming up on there good? Good enough.
Yes.
Have you ever had a dream
1999.
I'm sure it was real.
That's creepy.
What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world? What is happening to me?
The answer is up there, Neo. It's the question that
You know, I'm more or less more stunned by the fact that how young Keanu Reeves is in this.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Like, when did this come out?
1999.
1999.
1999. Oh my god.
What truth?
they're watching.
It just makes me realize.
23 years ago, bro.
It's just making me realize how old I am.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
young.
say he. Yeah.
Either way, how you tend to think about it.
Exactly.
I'm the cure.
Like, see, he's trying to escape the Matrix, but there are these agents that have been placed into the world to try and stop him. So they're pretty much trying to
They're trying to keep him under
detain him
control.
and then reset him, so he doesn't know about. Because the people that live in the Matrix, you don't know you're in it. You're just predestined
It's like
to
us.
work.
It's like
yeah.
like us right now. We could be, living in some sort of matrix, but we have no idea.
Yeah.
And like it's the people that work it out that you don't hear about because they're being controlled.
just exactly,
they're being
yeah.
hunted down, and
Okay.
and you've
And
got
then-
agents like that are like,
And then the thing that's interesting as well is, so there's this character in there called Morpheus, right? This guy.
Oh, the Funko Pop.
Yeah. So Morpheus, he is the main one in the movie that goes to Keanu. I don't know his actual name, but he goes to Keanu Reeves, and he's like, you've like seen the infamous scene, blue pill, red pill.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So one pill is he takes it, he continues just living his regular life, and the other one is he attempts to escape the Matrix. So that begs the question, maybe, I don't know if like Morpheus is one individual, but is there a version of Morpheus in our world? Is there an organization or an entity that is trying to help people break from the Matrix, if we live in one?
I mean, okay, to add to the whole Matrix theory, Big Joe, I sent you a link of a video that reminds me of this whole thing, but basically it was like a NBA game live and everything, and right at like a buzzer or right when the ball was passed, every single player on the court simultaneously went the exact same step at the exact same moment in the exact same direction at the exact same body like position
Yeah.
facing
that is
towards them.
very, very sus. Alright. Give me 1 minute.
All good, all good.
That should be sent.
Live stream.
There it is.
This is it. This is it.
Oh my. That is in
I wanna
crazy.
go back.
That is in crazy sync.
Yeah. At the exact same time, they just
Same
all-
speed, arm flailing,
Yeah.
everything.
And that was like one of the videos where it's basically like this is evidence of the Matrix.
Yeah.
Which I personally think is coincidence. It is coincidence.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
it was an interception and they all just turned.
In
but
interception, they got the ball and they're like,
you got to run on
we gotta
offense.
run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But either way, it's an interesting theory where, maybe life could be like a movie. And that's the whole thing where like a lot of people, for example,
The Truman Show.
the Truman Show. Actually,
Oh,
Truman
yeah,
Show
that's a good
is
one.
actually a really prime example. For those of you who haven't seen it, the Truman Show is a Jim Carrey movie back in the 90s, I think it is. The 90s.
Yeah.
And it's basically a man who
1998.
1998. A man who was born inside a movie studio and he's in his 30s, 40s, and he is completely unaware that he is the main star, main actor, main protagonist of this entire series, and that everything around him is scripted for the enjoyment of people viewing him. And it's not until that the set eventually begins to break down and like he notices like a falling stage light.
Yeah.
Or like, for example, that video with the basketball players all running in sync, but like a version in the movie, that he begins to realize, am I going crazy?
Yeah, I think he saw like a camera lens in a bin. I think like as in obviously like disguised into the bin.
Yeah.
I think
Everything in that, like his house, his neighbors, they're all wearing cameras, and that's
Alright, are we trying to spoil the movie for everyone? Or?
I mean,
My bad.
To be fair, the movie did come out in what, like 1998?
Yeah, true.
If you haven't fucking
About
watched
24.
it. Oh, you know what? I haven't watched it, but I know everything.
I only
It-
watched
it
it
is-
for the
it is
English.
such a
For
classic.
English.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
honestly like, because Jim Carrey is a notorious actor when it comes to comedy
Yeah.
or silly roles, and I reckon it is a somewhat a silly role.
Yeah.
But it's definitely one of his moments where he begins to stray away from that comedic idiot role and
Yep.
begins to take more of a dramatized, more
Yep.
dramatic, more of a heartfelt character.
Uh-huh.
A character which we wish is like, oh my god, I feel awful for this person. I
Yeah,
feel
because
so
like you
bad.
tend to do that if anyone's seen the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. The Truman Show. I love you, Tarun. He's
The truth.
But it's the whole thing where people like, there's these people who think like magic exists, like magic could exist. I'm not denying it. I'm just saying from my point of view, ghosts, magic, demons, angels, whatnot,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Everything exists. All the supernatural stuff exists. And I think everyone wants to believe that because it just makes our boring, plain life just
Like more exciting.
More exciting. It's like a movie. Because really, do you want to live like wake up, breakfast, 9 to 5, dinner, bed. Repeat every single day for 20 years.
Exactly. That's
But then you wake up, there's a gunfight. You get somehow pulled into a CIA, FBI investigation. There's a bomb, you disarm it, you save the world, bam, you're the hero. It's a lot more exciting than 9 to 5.
yeah.
breakfast, dinner,
Repeat every day. Yeah.
Yeah.
eat, sleep, repeat.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, you know what? Like, there's some people who are like content with like, oh, you know, even if there is something like this, I'm fine with it, you know, and like, you know, they're fine. They're fine with saying that their purpose is just to work, like have children, grow old and die, and that's it. Like some people are fine with that, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, can I have some as well, actually?
Yeah, no, all good, Bella. All good, all good.
Bro, that's all right. That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I believe like there's just some people that are just content with like their life and they're fine with like whatever's out there. They don't give a shit. It's like whatever, you know. Like they'd rather not stress about all this other stuff
And just
and just to
live on with their
within
life.
that. But then
and-
there's some people who are, you know, who want to, you know, like, oh, what's beyond? Like, there's got to be something beyond
Yeah.
this shit, you know.
There,
Like,
there has to be someone bigger and better than me. Someone like a higher power.
Yeah.
right, and there's like, you know, it's, you know, whether we are being controlled or not, you know, that's a lot to think about for some people, and just, you know, it's just too much shit to worry about with all the other stresses of a normal life. You know, with your, you know, looking after your kids and, you know, bills and working 9 to 5s, and it's all too much to just think about this whole extra, because there's a lot to grasp.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Like this concept of like, you know, like us being in a controlled environment and all this shit. You know, it's just, and so, and that's how they control us.
Exactly,
Is
like
is by giving us, you know, it's like kind of hard to explain.
Yeah, it's like-
but,
It's like along with the Matrix theory, are like the people that are happy working 9 to 5 for the rest of their lives, are they controlled by the Matrix?
Or do they enjoy it?
Yeah,
or
like
they're just happy to be controlled.
exactly. Yeah. So that's like the whole thing with the
It's the saying, sometimes ignorance is bliss.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's like the whole thing why so many people enjoy role-playing games or fantasy or LARPing, for example. Like, for example, D&D, Dungeons & Dragons. I'm a huge fan. I DMs a couple personal games
A lot
myself.
of people love fantasy stuff. Yeah.
But I
Yep.
have a Discord where like 1,000 people join, like the Australian Discord version for Dungeons and Dragons, and I have my services and that for DM, and I get people messaging me, I can do this day, I can do that. And I learned if you're good at something, don't do it for free.
Yeah.
Definitely fun. But doing that and playing for like friends, families and such, we're not gonna open that link.
I'm not clicking
Nope.
on that fucking link.
We're not
No
opening
way.
that link.
Actually, I can do it without.
Here, let me quick
I
it.
could-
Just
yeah,
in
actually,
case.
yeah. Maybe turn it down.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just the Minions trailer.
Oh,
Oh, it's the Minions. Okay, let's not get copyrighted by Sony.
I mean,
But
I'm sure it's alright. We're just
Either way,
reacting.
I think that's the whole thing why Dungeons and Dragons or D&D is such a popular thing, because you get to make a character be someone that you're not, and you literally role play or play out one of your fantasies. You get to be someone that's better, smarter, stronger. I can play a barbarian that can lift twice or 3 times what I can weigh. I can be twice as smart who I am, that can conjure spell out of the mystic art, summoning portals, demons, angels, whatever I want.
So,
Yeah,
So do you feel like people have a desire to like
To
to escape
Yeah.
this,
Yes.
you
People
know,
have
this
a desire to
environment, you know?
Yeah, that's why, for example, anime. There's a type of genre in anime where it's called an isekai, where you get summoned or you get reincarnated into another world. Typically, this type of world is a fantasy setting where they're the hero or they're somewhat overpowered being, but basically they're living their best life. They get transported into another world where they can do whatever they wanted and do what they wish. And I think that's why that type of genre in anime is so popular, because so many people could relate to the feeling of escaping, because you're just overwhelmed, you're stressed, you're worried, you have anxiety, depression, so forth. You
And
have
all
trouble
this
at
shit
home.
is just gone
Like, it's
as
just
soon as you.
Home. That's it. And that's why so many people read books, watch movies, TV shows.
Yeah, and especially right, like you said, fantasy movies. They're popular.
It's literally an escape from your
But you know,
Reality.
And that's another way that they could be keeping us in their own control, our own control,
Giving us a
because
dose of escape,
you're
so we're
right, yeah, because we're satisfied with that desire. Our desires are satisfied. You know, like of course they control the media.
Yeah.
They show us what we want to see. It's like in North Korea, right? You see the they don't have any
Now we
internet.
get nuked.
But they don't have any internet there.
Yeah.
They have
But
nothing.
they do
They have
But
their
it's
own
heavily
network.
regulated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heavily, they can't see anything outside of North Korea.
Yeah.
All their ads and everything are targeted towards just them. You can't see anything
Yeah.
else outside of North Korea, and that's how they're controlled in that way. That's why the country hasn't been overthrown, is because all the people don't know any better. They don't know what it's like to have the freedom that we do.
Yeah.
They think what they've got is life, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's how life should be, what they're living right now. So it's like kind of messed up to think like maybe maybe the rest of the world is under our own sort of environment like that, but we just don't know it. You know, and it's the same with the people in North Korea. They don't know that they're in that environment because they don't hear about anything else outside of that environment.
Yeah.
Like, speaking of that example, there's also, I can't remember the very specific name, but there is an island somewhere in the Pacific Sea
bought it off like India or something, one of those countries, where basically there is a tribe of humans or individuals on the island.
I've heard of this.
No
yes.
contact with the outside civilization, no nothing.
Yeah.
The people on the island probably don't even know that there's continents, there's giant land masses. They don't even know that there's like other people. And basically, I gotta look it up again, or someone in the chat could tell me about it. That entire group is completely cut off from society, and no one is allowed to visit there because they're like cannibalistic or something, or they just kill people who go on the island because they don't know who they are.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
worried, stressed, and they don't want any foreign people. But because they've been so secluded from the rest of the world, their immune systems and such would have no resistances to our modern day diseases.
Yeah.
So if anyone just goes on the island, they could do a bacteria or like a virus, wipes them out.
Yeah.
Then, gonzo, bam,
Yeah.
kada boom, bada boom.
Yeah, but then the argument could be made there that they're a lot more stronger. Thanks for the follow, Kazim one. But I believe that the what was I saying? Yeah, so that the argument can be made that they're a lot tougher than we are physically, because every day they're
Hunters and gatherers.
Oh no.
oh no.
Yeah.
Tarun, watch your damn
Kazim 1,
language.
be careful, Jacob Tar 020. That's what I'm going to say, mate. But legit, thanks for following us.
Yeah, nothing to be worried about. It's just chats. No, but the argument can be made that they're a lot stronger than us physically, because they're hunting still. They're gathering. They're basically like how
they're still
our
like primitive.
ancestors lived.
They would have no internet. They wouldn't have proper infrastructure.
Their focus is being as fit as possible so they can do the daily activities that we don't have to do anymore. Like there's a lot more there's obviously a way higher rate of fat people and stuff in society, because nowadays it's because we don't need to hunt. We can go to the supermarket and get a packet of beef patties or whatever.
You can go to McDonald's. I'm not going to say their proper names, so I don't want to get sued. We can go to McDonald's and we can get some French fries and such.
Yeah.
We can get a burger. We can get a Whopper. We can get whatever we want because we can simply drive, walk, and it's already there.
Yeah.
The whole supply and demand. And that's the thing.
So do you believe that maybe it's a better way? Do you think that it's a better way of living? That's the whole argument,
hunting and gathering, or what we live in now?
Their way.
100% what we have now is way better than hunting and gathering.
But that's what you think.
It's because... Here's one criticism I would definitely say about our society, is that we do it in a unhealthy manner. Because everything that we do, meat. Everything's processed. Everything has additives to it.
Yeah.
Not everything as what it used to be. When you buy a tomato sauce from a supermarket, you're not just buying tomato sauce. You're buying tomato sauce. It has some chemicals in it. Has other preservatives added to it to make it have a longer life shelf.
Yeah.
And even plants and vegetables and fruits that are grown at local farmers, they have to use a very, very specific type of fertilizer and such to grow those things, to help them grow fatter, faster, such. And
to keep up with
the
rest of the
supply and demand. And if they, for example, were to hoard or keep some of that fertilizer for the next harvest, they could be sued by that company that issued the fertilizer. Okay. And there is a documentary about this. If I can remember it, I'll definitely link it in the chat. But it's completely bizarre how the food company just dominates us currently society.
Yeah.
It legit controls us.
Because right when like you were saying with fruit and stuff, I did my assignment on this. It's called GMOs, like genetically modified organisms. And they genetically modify like fruits and things to suit certain climates and stuff like that to taste better. And nothing, like he said, with all the preservatives and stuff, nothing's truly pure. Like they'll add sugar in it and stuff so you'll come back and keep buying more. And it's nothing, it's all about business. It's just pure
literally.
business, legit. The only
Like,
reason they're selling
Who
it
can
is
grow
so you
the
buy
bigger- Who can grow the bigger tomatoes?
exactly.
like literally with most beef patties that for McDonald's or Hungry Jack's, for example,
yeah.
they basically dip their meat in ammonium, which is not healthy at all, but it helps preserve the meat.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
anything that preserves anything for longer than it can be preserved naturally
They'll do it
is
because it's all
it's-
business
It's,
moves.
it's
And
money.
it'll-
It's literally money.
yeah, and it's money controls the world, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's literally a piece of paper that we made up and we gave it value.
exactly.
Yeah.
We legit.
We are the only creature that has actual intelligence that pay for living.
Oh no, actually, chimps have been proven that if they give they trade and stuff.
I know the exact.
They trade,
I
that's
know-
sick.
They
I know
trade.
the
They
exact
actually
experiment.
make their own like economy, and like they trade like things for like a banana for I don't know some like shiny rock or something.
Yeah.
Or like they just agree on what they.
Monkeys invest in the ASA.
Yes,
They have their own like stock
you can
market
probably,
business.
you can legitimately like teach
No,
like chimps to invest money and
There,
stuff.
there is actual video.
Thank you, Bej_.
Absolute legend. There is an actual video of a guy on YouTube, Michael Reeves. Excellent.
Oh,
YouTuber.
Michael, yeah,
I
yeah.
absolutely love his videos that he makes.
Is that the guy who's like the computer?
Yeah, you know
I
him. Yeah.
Doing like
he
codes and
literally-
stuff. Yeah, I've
He
seen
literally
those.
got a goldfish to invest in the stock market. And he,
Oh my
he
God.
literally made a program, coded it and everything, and he got a literal goldfish, a fucking goldfish, and he made $2,000 from it.
Damn.
I'm not kidding. And he went to actual developers and like influencers to actually give a pitch. It is the most
That is
hilarious
crazy.
shit.
Oh my.
He's like one of my top 10 YouTubers that I watch.
Yeah, I haven't
He's
watched
good.
him in years.
He's
He
good.
is
yeah.
so good, legit. I absolutely love the type of videos he makes. It's crazy, it's wacky, it's just like me in a little package, but minus the IT skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But the whole chimpanzee, the monkey, the trading thing, there is another experiment relating to that where they've got a bunch of scientists or zookeepers got a bunch of monkeys in a cage, and they got like a banana hanging from a ceiling, and there's like a ladder or something. And basically what they used to do is that when one monkey used to grab or try to reach for the banana, they used to soak all the monkeys, like wet them. Monkeys did not like it.
It's like
Yeah,
classical
And they
conditioning.
kept doing it over and over until none of the monkeys went for the banana. And then eventually they added a new monkey unrelated to the experiment. And what that monkey used to do, grab the banana immediately because it's fucking free food.
Yeah.
And scientists wet all the monkeys again. And all the monkeys that had been wet used to jump on that one monkey, beating them.
Shit. Poor monkey, he didn't know.
Yeah, he didn't know.
No, monkey.
Okay, and
Gerald!
here's the experiment, and here's the thing.
Liquidate all banana stocks right fucking now, Gerald.
Okay, don't know who Gerald is, but he sounds like a great guy. And eventually, those monkeys would beat that same monkey when that monkey tried to do it over and over. And eventually, they will swap out one of the other monkeys from the very beginning with a new monkey. And that monkey that just got introduced would try to take the monkey a banana and wet, beat. And the monkey that joined before would join in on the beating because they think, this is what we do. You touch the banana,
Beating time.
beating time.
Yeah.
You get these hands. Yeah.
It's like if I touch Matthew's food, he'll just beat my ass.
Yeah, prison style. I'll get my tray and whack it on your head. Don't touch my rebel whopper, please.
And I'm just watching. Fighting is fun. Watching it, I mean. Watching it.
Yeah, started there, mate.
Yeah, you're right there, mate.
Watching it.
That is the
Watching
worst
His
thing, bro.
face is all red.
Oh, that is the
no.
worst thing ever.
Matches my suit.
Oh, man,
Yeah, it's alright.
It's okay.
Alright, that's enough now. That's enough of shit. Oh my god, this poor man. Alright, Alright, so wait, what were we talking about? Monkeys.
We're talking about monkeys.
On like currency.
And the
Yes.
currency and
Yeah.
So I guess value can be given to like anything, right? Like, I mean,
Oh yeah, like legit. Like, for example, I know this is a video game, but like in Fallout, the currency is a bottle cap.
yeah,
Like
legit,
legit,
yeah.
it's just
Because
bottle
there's-
caps.
Because it's literally like based on Coca-Cola, because Coca-Cola is one of the biggest, what's the word? Supply and demands.
Yeah.
There's so many Coca-Cola bottles that there's so many lids that they basically can be for currency.
Exactly.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the whole reason is the form of currency had to start somewhere. And my train of thought goes, trading. You have a gold ring, I have a silver ring with an emerald. Trade? And it's basically that concept, if you can look it up, or anyone in chat can tell us, that trading started off simple as that, and then someone was like, oh, let's add a middleman into that.
Yeah,
That's
let's
where-
add a...
like someone to get rich.
Yeah, so trading goods dated back to 6000 BC apparently. So it was introduced by Mesopotamia tribes.
That's it. Mesopotamia.
Yeah, and
jogging my memory as
bartering was adopted by Phoenicians. So Phoenicians bartered goods to those located in various other cities across the oceans. And Babylon's also developed an improved bartering system.
Yeah, because it's like instinct. Like before you even like know about value in things, it's like an instinct. Like for example, you could be like,
oh, it's bartering. That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much what- yeah.
like it's human instinct. Like before you even know about the concept of value, like think about, for example, if you're in reception, that kid has like something you want, and you have something he wants. You're like, trade, give me. Like, it's not the word trade. You probably don't know what it is, but you're like, give it,
like,
and then you just swap.
Yeah,
Like it's just like human. Exactly, you just
Human
know
nature.
like
It's human nature.
who's Bart's earring.
Yeah, well, yeah, like you
Yeah,
said, it's
yeah.
pretty much just like human nature to want to like trade is almost like a human like
Yeah, like
conditioned
legit.
to-
I was trading
Cool.
Pokemon cards back in reception.
yeah, bro. I
Like-
don't even know what money was, man.
Thinking back, you gave away the Charizard card. That worth like millions.
Imagine
I gave away a Lugia EX back in the day. I still remember that.
You are an
what
idiot.
for what though?
I was for a Zapdos, but the card's worth like $40 that I gave away.
And how much
$40
is
to a
that?
reception. That's crazy. That's like millions.
No,
Like how
billions.
much? How
Yeah,
much
yeah,
was the one that
billions.
you received?
Oh, it was like, I don't know, maybe like $10.
Oh, that's
It's just because it was my favorite Pokemon back in the day, so I had to.
Zapdos. Honestly, me, Snorlax.
Snorlax.
I
I like
also-
Snorlax.
also never really
I-
got into Pokemon.
I
so.
as me
Yeah, no, that's-
relate to Snorlax.
I never really got into the Pokemon and stuff. Like I
Don't-
just never.
I swear to God, if you were a Digimon fan, I will beat you.
Wait, Digimon was sick.
Digimon is cool, but is it better than Pokemon?
Don't pull the thing, bro.
I'm
It's gonna like yeah.
What's better,
What's better?
What's better?
Digimon or Pokemon?
I don't even know. I don't know either of them. Sorry.
What-
He's safe for now.
You want to beat him later?
Maybe. Maybe.
No.
Yeah.
You can choose to beat me or just show me. We'll just watch a marathon of Pokemon.
So yeah, just watch every single episode.
in the break. In
Yeah.
the break. Actually, I reckon we should just have a little intermission just for like 10 minutes, get some water,
Yeah.
get a little bit of food and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Alright.
This is completely empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be back in probably about 10 minutes. So yeah, stay tuned.
Easy.
Go get some popcorn prepared, start cooking that shit up, and come back.
Delicioso.
Damn.
Damn.
Wait, there we go. That's the one. And why is the other microphone not working?
It's because muted.
There we go. There we go.
Alright.
Back.
We are back.
We are back.
Back better than ever. We
Okay.
didn't
Yes,
even
sir.
discuss what we're going to talk about.
Well,
but that's
we got a lot of Pringles. Got some water.
Mm-hmm.
One of us has yogurt because one of us has to be healthy.
So on that grind, mate.
I hate you for
On that
that.
grind, 15 grams of protein, everyone.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Low sugars, and it's a natural protein.
You know what's better than that? Water.
How about
Wait.
we mix it both? The
Wait. Sorry. Okay, what did you say? Water.
Here you go.
Water.
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 Can I get some water?
Now we come back here.
Alright.
Let's continue this main discussion. Have any of you changed your view on altruism as a concept after this whole discussion?
Like little tiny.
Yeah, I have. Like now, I now like think about it's what you value is like much more.
It's
of
what
a
you put
priority.
first. It's what you put first.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like if you're placing emphasis on how it benefits you, then obviously that's selfish. But if you're helping them because like you value actually helping them and stuff like that, then it's a form of altruism. But yeah, I feel like you can't be fully like true
altruistic.
That's it.
truly doing it for the purpose of
Yeah.
somebody else with no compensation. For
Exactly,
their actions.
yeah. But that's not to say that they're selfish. Like they're not selfish at all. They're still doing that good thing. So
Yeah.
it's
And there's a spectrum, right? So people go from really altruistic, right, at that point where they receive that feeling of goodness for themselves, but that's not why they're doing it. And then there's people that just do things because they want to feel good and they want to
be acknowledged and recognized.
be acknowledged and recognized as somebody who helps people and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's the middle where like it kind of has like a fine line. Like you got people that they like it's like 60-40. Like they're doing it for themselves but also doing it for others. And then there's people that are 50-50, like
yeah, exactly.
you
There's
know,
little
they like the feeling of helping other people because it makes them feel good, but then they're trying to do it for
the other person as well.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a
So-
balance. Yeah.
So yeah, like there's a balance, and I think that that's my idea of the of a person that is right. I guess righteous. What's the word?
Yeah, righteous.
Yeah, righteous.
Yeah.
Somebody who acknowledges these feelings and proceeds into situations where they know that they're going to feel good from it, but also they're doing it primarily for the other person's betterment.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. I don't know where your guys' stance on that is, but I don't know.
Okay, look, I definitely.
Oh no.
I read the chat.
Oh yeah.
How long is this going to take?
Someone said, "How long is this going to take?" Then Julian said, "How long is this going to take?"
King Julian voice.
Julian voice. But yeah, going through the discussion, listening to both you guys talking about it, going off tangent with other topics. I definitely understand the point of view where you guys are making, but again, I think altruism is indeed a thing for me.
Yeah.
For me, it does exist, and for me, it is a concrete thing. Someone can be kind just for being kind. No other motives, no older motivations. I'm helping you because I just want to help you.
Yeah.
That's how I was raised. That's how I was taught. That's the belief, morals, ethics I was raised with. That's what I'm going to do. And to simply just saying everything we do and everything I do is innately selfish to a minor degree, subconsciously even, it just takes away the fact that everything we do could just be a symbolic of something else. Like if I'm jealous, I'm envious. If I'm envious, I'm jealous.
Yeah, kind of like
And it-
discredits the act itself.
It discredits all other emotions. It discredits all other feelings we
Borgie,
may
thanks
have.
for joining, bro.
Hey, thanks for joining us in the live stream. mate.
Isa.
So that whole thing just basically begins to collapse in on itself because if I'm joy, then at the same time, what stops me from being like sad in that context?
Yeah.
Or if I'm helping others for being altruistic, that means I'm also selfish. by nature. And to me, that just makes it too complicated or too concerning because that means every single person that's helped me in my life, every single person I've helped in my life, just means they were selfish, I was selfish. Nothing really matters.
So yeah, just discredits it completely.
Discredits
Yeah,
everything,
exactly, yeah.
and that the word selflessness shouldn't even necessarily be a word anymore. It should just be a forgotten word, like Latin. Latin's a forgotten language. Not many people know about it, or not many people know about it. Not many people can speak it.
You mean
Yeah.
wait, selflessness or selfishness?
Selflessness. Because if altruism isn't a thing, and that everything we do for the act of kindness is a somewhat inherent selfish nature, minorly, that means the very existence of selflessness shouldn't exist.
Well, maybe there is a slight difference between altruism and selflessness.
How?
Like, if we look it up. Because selflessness, you can just be doing something selflessly, but you still have that feeling. Whereas altruism, you have no motive based on your own feelings at all. Whereas selflessness, you can be selfless, you can want to help other people, but you still got that feeling of, you know what I mean? Let me have a look it up.
Yeah. Because, again, bringing back...
Right, altruism is characterized... Here, let me do this. Altruism is characterized by selflessness and concern for the well-being of others. Those who possess this quality typically put others first and truly care about the people around them, whether they have a personal tie to them or not.
Yeah, no, again,
So,
I hold at least a relatability to that.
Yeah.
Especially to the household I was raised in and the morals I've been taught as a child. And that's something that I hold is honestly, I consider a core aspect of my personality even. Because I enjoy helping people. I want to help people. It's not because I want to help people because I want to be recognized or I want a reward or I want anything in return.
Yeah, you just grown up like with that
Mentality.
and you just
Right.
want to
right.
I just want to help people for the sake of helping. I don't want to walk past a homeless person and not give money because, God forbid, that person needs the money more than I do.
Yeah.
That's why whenever we hang out, I always carry a pocket of just change in my pocket.
Yeah.
So every time I walk past someone, bam, you get $1. You get $1. You get $1. I'm like bloody.
You're like Oprah.
I'm Oprah, just giving out $1.
Yeah.
Not strippers, but yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's just the type of mentality.
But you're telling me, like, at the core of yourself that, like, you don't get a good feeling at all from giving...
I don't.
You do get a good feeling.
I don't know if I get a feeling. That's the thing.
Yeah, you don't, that's why it's subconscious, Matthew. That's why you don't know because it's subconscious. But in reality, really, you do feel a sense of, like, of goodness within yourself because you've just given to someone, and you know you feel like a good person, and that is a reward for you giving, whether it's subconscious, whether you don't even think about it or not. It's still a reward for giving, for doing a good deed for someone else. So, like, at the real core of it, like I said earlier on at the beginning of this podcast, it's like, realistically, at the core of it, you've got your subconscious where you don't actively think about it, but really you do get a sense of goodness within yourself, and yeah, so.
But at the same time, it's not like you're me. Yeah.
Joe, stop eating, mate. Bro, I'm hungry, man. I haven't had lunch yet.
Hi, hungry. I'm Matthew.
Doing that shit.
I strike again on live stream. Let's bloody go.
First one as well.
First
First
one.
dad joke on stream. Let's go.
Plenty
Sets
more
the
to come.
tone for the rest of the episode.
Plenty
Sets the
more
tone.
to come, bro.
But
Oh,
at the
shit.
same time, it's not as if like you're in my shoe, my life, my experience. It's not as if you know what I'm
Right.
feeling.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Like I understand your point of view and everything, but at the same time,
But-
if I give money to someone, 100%, I donate, I help someone, I help someone pick up because they fell. I'm not doing it because I want something in return. I'm just doing it because shit, that's something I would want someone to do for me, or at the very least, someone that you should be doing from a moral, ethical standpoint.
Standpoint.
Yeah, but at the same time, we don't. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but you don't know what none of us know what we're really feeling unless you really think about it. Like in that moment, you're not feeling like because your primary concern is helping that person. So you're not going to be thinking about whether you feel good or not in that moment. But later on, you might reflect on it and be like, oh, maybe I feel like I'm a pretty like
Okay.
that's good. Like
I think I understand what you mean. So what you're basically saying is that the act of altruism does exist until you begin to reflect on it. Is that what you're saying?
kinda.
That
Oh, that's
al-
actually
so
interesting within
the fact
itself.
that I help someone without thought, without disregarding myself, I help someone. That's an altruistic value or altruistic behavior. But I could be a day later, a couple hours later. The moment that I think about that altruistic action, that makes.
Or you think about, oh shit, I feel good today because
Yeah.
I've helped someone.
that altruistic behavior then turns into a selfish behavior. Is that what you're saying?
So it's not an altruistic behavior then, is it?
but
If you're thinking about it.
yeah,
and
if
you think about it in
if
that
you
way.
think about it, that's the thing. But if you don't think about it, you just do help. You just help. You
That's
just
the thing
do.
about your subconscious though, because if you reflect on it a few hours later, you reflect on your subconscious in that moment, and you realise that you did get a good feeling from it, then it's not an altruistic trait, is it?
Joe,
It's an
I forget
altruistic
what I
thing.
have for breakfast almost every day. So
So you don't remember anything.
I don't-
That's
I
why
don't-
Matthew's the most wholesome person ever, is because he doesn't reflect on anything,
Exactly,
because he
it's
just
just
forgets
pure
it
kindness.
instantly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
legit,
It's the forefront of the action.
If you are like guilt ridden and you want to tell a secret to someone, you come to me because it goes in this ear, goes in the brain for a minute, and then it just just
dissolves out.
Dissolve. I will forget anything.
It's gone.
anyone told
It's
me.
gone.
Yeah. So what did I have for breakfast? Did I have anything for breakfast?
You had a muesli bar.
Yeah, we had a muesli bar, remember?
No, I did not have. I did have a muesli bar, but that was like a couple hours after you. I did not have breakfast. I skipped breakfast because I forgot.
Because you forgot.
I forgot. That's what happens.
Bro, you're gonna like forget to eat and starve yourself to death.
my
Forget to breathe.
no, legit, my beautiful girlfriend, love her to death, everything. She's honestly made me a calendar so that I wouldn't forget.
Yeah, I
stuff.
know you were
That's
saying.
wholesome, that's
Yeah,
wholesome.
it's very wholesome. It's very one of the potential episodes coming up. Maybe we can do something about relationships. But yeah, she's basically.
Well,
I have a lot on that manner.
Oh,
But yeah, she's basically
Start over
making
here.
me a calendar, so then she can keep track of like my events and be like, Matthew, you're forgetting this.
That's good then,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
that's-
Like
that's
Christian
very good.
asks, is this your crib, Joe? Yes, it is. It's my humble home.
We've decked it out.
Yeah, we decked out the back room here, so
Representing our heritage, where we come from.
correct. Diesel F89. Thanks for the follow, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Have a good live stream. Enjoy.
So,
But,
what were we talking about? Your calendar.
my
Oh, yeah.
Yes, my strip
Frauds.
calendar. My strip calendar. There's a picture of me every single month. Just
Oh, hell yeah.
Wait, a
so
picture
that
of yourself?
Yes,
no, I'm joking.
Well, he actually
wrong
thought
with
as well.
you?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, it's like firefighter calendars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just Matthew,
I'm
like,
holding a
strip.
hose. It's just the difference is it's a very tiny hose for me.
Oh.
That's the only
Oh.
difference. Yeah.
No, Matthew, I've seen it, number.
Oh, whoa, don't say it, right, bro.
Don't tell your
Yeah.
girlfriend. As long as she's not watching right now.
Oh, she probably is watching if anything. Or keeping tabs.
Yeah,
But either way,
yeah,
going back to that thing, if you think of the core value of altruism at itself, the act, that's what makes it selfish. But just doing the acts, helping people,
That's altruistic.
I wouldn't
So that means altruistic does in fact exist as a concept.
I wouldn't go as far as to call it like selfish though. If you feel a sense of goodness within yourself, just because you've done something that's actually good, you know, you're only bound to feel something good. It's only a human reaction. It's human nature to react that way, you know. Like obviously you're gonna feel good about yourself if you not primarily, but like of course
psychology
you're
and
gonna
biology.
be like, that's it. So like, I'm not saying like you're wrong, but I'm saying to deny the fact that you don't, that really you do actually feel a sense of, you know, like, oh, like I'm happy I helped, even if it's just I'm happy I helped that person. You're still feeling a sense of happiness within yourself. So there's
I'll test it.
Christian said, do you think someone like Mr. Beast is altruistic?
I'll
that's a
definitely
good
say
question.
he does exhibit traits that is altruistic.
But he's not though.
But I don't think Mr. Beast is in
Because
fact altruistic.
he uploads it to YouTube. He earns a
He gets
profit.
monetized.
He monetizes
You
it.
see how much money he makes?
Yeah.
But he was saying on a podcast that like he basically uses all the money that he makes. to
Yeah,
make
to
videos.
get. I know.
Yeah,
So-
but the thing is though, what makes it altruistic is that he publishes it online. That's the act of he's doing this to get recognized. So he is a good person.
Yeah, exactly.
He should be doing it
him
for the
doing
best
that
of
in the
intention.
exactly him doing it in the first place, no matter what his motive is, that still makes him like good.
Yeah, 100%.
But he is.
It's doing it so to get recognized, because the act of altruism is to do something for another person without expecting a reward of some kind. Him uploading it to YouTube,
But
even if it's
expecting
spending
a
all the
reward?
money, even if he spends all the money for the act or give it away, he's doing it to get recognized. And because of this, he now has merchandise. He
Yeah,
has
yeah.
branding. He has his own restaurants.
Yeah.
So I definitely do say that
They're
he.
fucking rubbish though. Like the food there is apparently really bad.
What, the Mr. Beast burgers?
yeah.
I heard it was good.
I heard it was good.
I heard they're like mid as hell.
Honestly, when I go to America, like in the future, I definitely want to go there and definitely try it myself. Because I do not trust other people's opinions.
That's facts.
Episode
That's-
3000 in America.
yeah.
Episode 3000. Welcome to my vlog. Sadly, Little Joe was killed in a car accident.
Oh fuck, man!
Took a dark turn.
Oh god damn it, man!
What the
Shit,
hell?
bro, I want to be on the 3000th episode. That'd be
Yeah.
sick.
Maybe the 4000 episode will be a Dungeons and Dragons special. I'll just DM and you guys just play like an apocalyptic setting.
Yes.
Yes.
The driver of the car took a dark turn as well.
Bro,
God
how
damn, man.
the fuck do you come up with this shit like on the
Because
spot,
it's
man?
Tarun. He's dark-minded.
It's Tarun, not Tarun.
Tarun! Tarun!
Tarun Sandstorm, man. Oh my god.
Sorry, I just came to my head.
It's okay. It's okay. He's going to be in the next episode of the podcast and he can roast us too.
There you go.
Yep.
Thank you. But yeah, either way, the simple act that just to reach his hands with.
Sitar music. Give me.
I love that. But the thing is, at its space, when you don't think about it, when you just help someone, that is altruistic.
Yeah, that.
When the hell did I slip my thumb, bro?
Stop sniffing your thumb, bro.
I'm sorry, man. Sorry.
But yeah, exactly. Like
So it does
the
exist.
act itself, without any reflection or or anything, that is altruistic. Yeah, you're doing that.
So altruism does in fact exist. It's upon reflecting on it of what the actions you've done that makes it selfish.
Yeah.
Just give it a lick and give it a sniff. Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe.
Well, I swear that's what I said.
someone
I swear
donates
that's what I said to.
$5
I swear that's what I said to Matthew last night.
No. If someone donates $5, Joe will do that. 100%. 100%. If someone donates $5, will you give it a lick and give it a sniff?
We'll say that again.
If someone donates $5, will you give it a lick and give it a sniff?
Is that an altruistic action or is
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
No, I think you're just whoring yourself out at that point. I don't wear panties.
Yes, you do.
What?
Don't lie.
What do you mean? Don't lie. This is hypocrisy. That's a new
Wait,
word.
are you saying that Tarun wears?
If I donate $5, can Shit, man.
Hey,
$3,
$5,
$3,
bro.
honestly.
Whoa.
Hey, you-
Yeah.
wait, no,
It's
we're lucky-
involving both Joes, so that's
we're-
$10,
We're
$5
lucky.
each.
We're lucky we don't even have the fucking the donations set up, bro. Because there'll be some.
I can only
amazing
imagine some of the crazy things. $5 is the deal. Alright.
things. Fuck that.
Too bad we don't get that. We don't have that set up.
Yeah.
Sorry, champ.
Yeah, toe cam.
Maybe,
So back on with altruism. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No,
But either way.
no, but actually, I agree with what you were saying, though. Like, it is an altruistic act until you reflect on it and, like, really break down, like, what it was in your motives.
Yeah, 100%. It's a tough discussion. It really is, and
Yeah.
these are the type of questions that we answer at the Clarity Conference. It's tough. No one really knows the answer. I could be right. You could be right. You could be right. We could be wrong, and we'll
It's
never
just
know.
discussion. Of
It's
opinion.
a subjective view on the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's it.
exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what a discussion is, right? Like, no one's in the. Unless they're discussing, like, facts, then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, as you said before, is it really even selfish to just feel good when you do something? Because, like, you could argue it's not selfish at all. And you know what? It probably isn't.
But it's not altruistic, then, is it? So
Oh, yeah,
really-
no, I know, but, like...
But the difference is, though, is altruism expecting a good.
Altruism,
Or is it
not
just
it's
receiving?
It's not expecting.
Yeah. So if I look up the definition again.
Go for us. Also,
Right,
guys,
so desire to serve others with no regard for self. So even if you do feel have a good feeling, you won't. Even if you feel good by helping that person within yourself, that's not your desire. If your desire is to help the other person, and you feeling good is just a byproduct, then maybe people can be altruistic.
Yeah, because you yourself can't really determine, like, because it's based up to that person. They can say, oh, like, thank you, or they could just be like, and then, like, so it's like,
yeah, so me, got it. Every time when like Big Joe tells me something,
Easy,
Matthew, can you do this?
Easy.
Easy. Okay, okie dokie. Okie dokie, that's my catchphrase.
Yeah, when you do that, I
Oh.
always wonder if you're actually like listening to me or not.
Okie dokie.
damn, bro.
Right.
But yeah, no, it is a tough debate, and honestly, I feel like we do have a somewhat answer. It may be based on quicksand; it can easily fall apart. But I do feel as if we have a proper answer. I don't know about you guys.
I guess we have our own
Yeah.
perception of the proper answer because I
Because
feel
it's
like
all up to
I've got a
perception.
different answer to yours, and I don't know about Joe's, but yeah, I've got a different.
It's really like art. Like you see a painting, you enjoy the painting and everything.
I guess
But,
that's a good question.
So, what is the main difference you would
What?
What? What's so funny?
you would say between autism and
Oh, I didn't read that one. Oh, I thought it was altruism. I was
Mate,
like,
I think
I was like,
you
that's a
just
good question.
Like yeah, basically the main difference.
Oh,
is what we
Maybe.
gathered is that
we're talking about altruism
is,
or
altruism.
are we talking about autism?
No. Okay, the main difference between altruism and selfishness is that altruism is the act of helping another individual and you're not expecting a reward for yourself.
Yeah.
So, for example, mate, Joe drops his phone, I pick it up, I give it to him, that's it. No, I'm not expecting a reward, I'm not expecting anything in return. He gives it to me, so I give it to him, that's the end of the thing. Selfishness would be if I pick up the phone, give it to him, and I'm expecting a reward, or I'm expecting recognition, or expecting gratitude. Because the difference between the behaviors is that I give him the phone, and he doesn't say anything. Like he doesn't say thank you, and I'm a selfish behavior would be, oh wow, rude, didn't say thanks after I picked up his phone. Where an act of altruism would be, I give him his phone, and that's the end of the discussion. That's the end of the dialogue.
Yeah.
It's simply helping other people for the act of
You've got no
Just
like.
help-
You're not
yeah,
waiting
just
for their
compassion.
response.
yeah. It's simply the act of just helping people just out of compassion and values.
And yeah, like you pretty much like to cut off like the interaction after you help. Like you don't think about it further.
100%. But again, it really is a tough debate. And these are one of many episodes that will be airing on this channel that we'll be discussing. And even after this live stream's over, you can definitely rewatch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you want to see all our lovely faces.
It's going to go everywhere. It's going to go Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, even Audible.
I believe,
yeah,
Audible.
I think so.
Yeah.
And YouTube as well. And what else? There's a few other platforms.
The Apple,
They'll be linked. They'll be linked below on.
or even follow our Instagram, for example.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's right. Yeah. We'll
Instagram, I'll
update
put it in the
everything.
chat.
Everyone know when we start. Like
Yeah. So. Yeah.
We'll definitely be releasing weekly or monthly episodes. It honestly depending on all three of our schedules.
I'm hoping I hope weekly.
I hope so as well. I hope so.
Enjoy Hobie Weekly. It will probably be Sundays, I imagine. I don't know about you guys.
I
no, we'll probably work it. We'll work it out.
We'll definitely
release more stuff on the Instagram about the the schedule of our streams.
When we release more episodes and such, we'll have a more concrete schedule of episodes and such. Maybe even depending how far we go and how much of the flow we get into it, a little bit spin-off series. Who knows?
Spin-off series.
Spin-off of what?
I don't know. We'll think about it.
I like that.
I mean, we could probably just end it like there. I don't know.
We've discussed.
I think we've had enough discussion.
We had a good discussion. We thought about it. We talked about it, and I feel like we have a somewhat answer. Even if it may be a subjective answer, it's an answer nevertheless.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, I'd also say it's successful because my views have changed on it from beginning to end.
Yeah.
So that's a successful conference.
Yeah, a debate
of
even.
clarity. No, yeah.
We clarified this clarity.
We clarified a few things.
But yeah, no, I would say that was very successful.
Yeah.
100% easy.
Oh, well, I guess we'll end it there. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll probably be in within another week or so. Just tune in for that and look out for all of the platforms that we'll be releasing the podcast on, such as Spotify, YouTube, Audible, and Spotify. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And Google Podcasts, it's pretty much everywhere. So if you just look up our podcast, you're sure to find it.
And on Twitch, if you really want, you can you can get notifications so you know when we're live.
Please follow, like, and set up your notifications for all relative news. And who knows, maybe you'll come back next time to see me try and convince these two of the next topic.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You never know where these ones go.
Alright guys, thanks for watching and tune in next time.
Easy.
Thank you.
Adios guys. Thanks for watching.